Hi everyone, it's Dr. Jen Kordonsky from Optimal Spine Chiropractic, and this class is Stretching Basics. Now, there are three kinds of people who typically use chiropractic care. The first kind of person, you may know, uses chiropractic care kind of like a Band-Aid. You know, when there's a pain or a symptom of some sort, they may get a few adjustments and hopefully it helps them feel better. This is really not a great idea because putting a Band-Aid on the symptoms can really allow the underlying subluxations to continue to cause harm to your health, potentially even cause breakdown to the joints and damage that we don't even feel happening. So, the second type of person uses chiropractic care a lot more efficiently. They get adjusted regularly and consistently, and that helps their body deal with all of the myriad of physical and emotional and chemical stresses that we endure on a pretty regular basis. Kind of cleans the slate and helps them to continue to do what they need to do in life. Now, the third kind of person builds from there. So they also use chiropractic care regularly and consistently to help manage life stresses, but they're also using it like it's a tool in their arsenal of health, right? And they are doing things in between adjustments to also try to facilitate their body, to take those stress levels down a little bit and do things that promote health and healing. That way, when they come in for their adjustment, it's not just patching them back up and letting them go for another week of handling life's onslaught of stresses. They're not as broken down when they come in for that adjustment. Fewer subluxations, so the adjustment they receive is really helping push their health forward, build their health up. So there's just a few little tweaks to lifestyle, things that you can implement that can take you and put you in that category of people who are getting the most out of their chiropractic care and really using it as a tool to build their health. Stretching is one of those things. It's a simple, free, easy, potentially even enjoyable tool that is at your fingertips to help you get more from your adjustments, longer lasting adjustments. That way you are building your health. It can help you to de-stress in the middle of the day, help you become a little more centered, a little more in tune with what's going on in your body, which is really helpful, and absolutely help you get younger and younger in a matter of weeks. Yes, younger. Stretching can do all of those things because joints and muscles that flex and move, that's a body that's more youthful, right? When we take a few moments and we put intention into something that we're doing for our body to help it and nourish it, that's going to help you mentally and physically be a healthier, happier person. And if we add some good deep breathing to the stretching, then we're getting the benefits of relaxing the body, de-stressing, getting that cleansing, centering breathing going on. So it's a really powerful tool and really simple. You might be saying though, oh, I'm just not a flexible person. I've heard that a million times. First of all, that's a limiting belief. That's you saying something negative about yourself. And if you say that enough and you think it enough, well, your body is going to respond and make that true. So stop saying it. Replace that thought with, I'm working on my flexibility. And secondly, you don't ever have to be a ballerina or as flexible as someone else. We all have different body types. And we just want you to take the body type that you have and make sure that it's as balanced and symmetrical and flexible and healthy as possible for you. We need you to be the most or the best version of you. And that's what we want for all of our patients. So don't worry if you're not a flexible person, but stop saying that anyway. So here's what we're gonna do. Always pay attention to your posture. A stretch or an exercise done out of alignment isn't really going to be very helpful, and it could in fact be harmful. So I want you to pay attention to your posture always. The most important thing, and something that people mess up a lot, is they're letting their head float out. You know, and if we're doing a stretch like this with poor posture, definitely not ideal. So make sure your head is always upright over your shoulders. That's first and foremost. And then think about the rest of your body being symmetrical and not tilted, right? Then we're going to breathe. Like I said, this is an opportunity to add some deep breathing to your life, which is a powerful tool, and also get oxygen into those muscles that we're stretching. So the next thing you're going to do is listen to your body. You may feel there's some tightness, some discomfort with the stretching, but it should not be painful. And pain is your body saying, please stop. So don't push past pain. Definitely listen to your body, gauge where it's at, and work with it. You may find one side to be tighter than the other. That is not a problem. Just go with it. Stretch both sides and allow your body to improve gradually over time. The last thing that we're going to do is pay attention to how long we hold the stretch. We want to hold our stretches a comfortable amount of time. 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 seconds, but really not pushing it past that before releasing the stretch slightly. And then if you want to, you can go back into it. But we want to avoid stretching the muscle for really long periods of time, because then the muscle might get the sense that it's overstretching and then will reflexively tighten back up on you in order to protect itself. So we'll be defeating the purpose. So I like to do about a 20-second stretch and then release and repeat if I have the time. You could repeat as often as you like, and obviously the more regularly and consistently you stretch, the better the benefit is going to be, the faster you'll see changes in your body, but any little bit is helpful. So don't say, I don't have time to do a whole 10-minute routine. You can take what I'm about to show you and break it up into little bits and pieces, do a few minutes here, 30 seconds while you're at a red light, whatever it is, break it up through the day. Use pieces of it as you see fit, or you can take it and do the whole routine top to bottom and have it done in 5 minutes, or you can stretch it out and take a 20-minute stretch break. It's really flexible. There are certainly variations, but what I'm going to show you is going to kind of cover all the bases from the perspective of keeping your spine as healthy as possible, because when your spine is healthy, the rest of your body and your life are the best they can be. Here we go. We're going to start with the chin tuck, which is going to help remind us to get our head back over our spine, and it helps break up the scar tissue that forms in the vertebra in our neck when we are accidentally doing this or looking down at our phones too much. So we start with good posture, and then we pull our chin straight back for the chin tuck. Do a couple of reps of that, and we're going to use the chin tuck in between all of our neck stretches to reset. So then next, we're going to do the head tilt. So over to the side. Try to make sure this shoulder doesn't come up, and if you want to grab the bottom of your chair, that certainly helps. And then you can gently add a little to the stretch if you'd like, and then release that, and chin tuck to reset. Then we'll do the other side. Make sure that shoulder doesn't float up, gently tilt it over to the side, back to neutral, and chin tuck. Next, we're going to check in on our underarms. So you're going to point your nose towards your underarm, grab the back of your head, and gently traction down. So kind of like this, pulling down, come back to neutral, chin tuck. Other side. Back to neutral, and chin tuck. Obviously, I'm not holding these as long as you might when you're stretching yourself, but I just want to show you all of the moves and get through this nice and quick. So once we do that, then we're going to work on the shoulder flexibility. Having good flexible shoulders will help prevent having frozen shoulder, help having rotator cuff damage, and a lot of rotator cuff damage happens to people who just have slight or poor posture in their shoulders, and then every little move that you do is hurting your shoulders. So we want to work on that shoulder flexibility. Remember, set your chin back, and we're going to do the over-under. Reach over the shoulder on one side and under on the other, and see if you could touch your fingertips. Now, don't let your head float forward. If you're straining, you might do that. So reset. If you can touch your fingertips, great. You should feel the stretch in the back of your arm and your shoulder, a lot of places. And then you're going to release and do the opposite side. Again, you might find one side to be a little easier than the other. Just work with it. Doesn't matter. And release that. Next, we're going to do the crucifix stretch, which is fabulous for your posture, will help you get better airflow. You're going to do palms out, head back, squeeze the shoulder blades, and you're stretching the pecs and you're strengthening the back muscles that are going to hold you in that upright posture. If you'd like, after the crucifix stretch, you can reverse it and stretch like that. Then I like to do the side twist. So you cross one leg over the other and gently, as upright as you can, rotate all the way this way and then cross the other way, upright as you can, and rotate all the way that way, giving your spine a nice gentle rotation all the way through. After that, we have the hamstring stretch. Now these next couple of stretches are fabulous and super important for keeping your low back healthy. So you're gonna sit up at the edge of your chair, put your legs straight out in front of you and pull your toes up towards you, pointing at you. Now the key here is you're gonna lean forward, but I do not wanna see any slumping forward, right? We're gonna hinge from the hips and bring our chin and our chest forward. You'll feel that stretch all the way up the back of your legs. Release that and repeat on the opposite side. Easy peasy. If you're in a rolling chair, be careful. Next is the figure 4 stretch. So you're gonna cross your legs like a figure 4. Now, if the muscles are tight or your hips are not that flexible, you may find that you're kind of like this. What I want you to do is just do your best to come up to straight and neutral as best as you can. We don't want you slumped like this. If your knee is not totally flat and it's up here, that's okay. Just work on it over time. Now, once we have the figure 4 position as neutral and upright as we can, then we hinge forward again, lean into it. You'll feel a great stretch in your glutes, and that'll help stabilize your sacrum. And we're gonna do that on both sides. Cross, nice and neutral, and lean into it. And then after the figure 4, we're gonna do the lunge stretch. Now this one is really important. We talk about it in core strength class. We have the hip flexor muscle, which attaches directly to your spine. So you wanna get in the lunge position, but remember neutral and upright. Don't let your butt stick out, tuck it in, and then just lean forward a little bit. Watch your position, don't let your knee be over your toes, and you should be feeling a little bit of a stretch here. If this is good and you're stable, you can lean back and away and get a deeper stretch there, okay? Getting a little bit more movement into the hip joints and getting some more leg flexibility. Just a side-to-side lunge is really great to just take the hip joints through a range of motion. Try to sit back into it so that your knee is in a safe position. So I'm leaning to the side, but I'm trying to scooch my booty as far back as I can. And then if you're up for it, a nice deep squat to the best of your ability, or just a chair touch will help take those hips through a nice full range of motion. And as you can see, we just got all of the major postural muscles, all of the chronically tight muscles that come from sitting at your desk. We got all of them stretched in just a couple of minutes. The only thing you can do wrong here is to not do it at all or to be in pain when you're doing it. So if you have any trouble at all, make sure you alert one of your chiropractors and we'll walk you through it. If you would like these stretches written out for you, we will get that to you. Just send us an email, call, text, comment. Make sure that you leave your name, that you watched the video, because we have a raffle every month for a gift card winner who's attended workshops. So thank you very much for spending this time. Thank you very much for being among the special people who are really using chiropractic care to maximize their health and well-being. And honestly, I genuinely feel the more people we have like you on this planet, the better off we're all gonna be. So thank you so much.